Baby, pay your bill and make you feel protected like I can, baby. Teach you something if you need correction, that's the plan, baby.
Mark your calendars. We have a special event coming up on Wednesday, May 6th. It's the 2K TV Wear and Earn event.
We'll have more details coming up, but until then, make sure you stock up on all of the 2K gear and check back here for some more opportunities to earn 2K TV apparel through 2K TV Interactive.
That's right. We'll be back next Friday with more, so we'll see you out there on the courts, and I'm going to go 99-meter dunk on Alexis.
And a peek into the locker room. Players soaking in the last few moments before the game. Some final preparations here. It's looking at the starting five for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Randall and Gobert are in the middle. Dante DiVincenzo out there with Dosunmu. And it's McDaniels in at the small forward position. And for Houston, inside Smith. Şengün. Tari Eason is out there with Thompson. And it's Durant in at the three, the small forward. So the Rockets win the tip. Guys, this is the time of year when things get really fun. Teams ramping up for the playoff push.
Yeah, this is when things are firing all cylinders. As a team and a player, you got to solve your issues now, because when the postseason comes, you got to make sure everything is smooth.
Here's Randall after the basket by Houston. Shot from 12. It's rebounded by Şengün. Pass to Eason. It's Eason with the jam.
Look at the power on that.
He has to be one of the top dunkers in the game today. Dosunmu with it. And it's Şengün picking him up. Out to DiVincenzo. McDaniels from long range. Fires in the triple.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Thompson against DiVincenzo. Thompson in the post. His numbers are solid, putting up around 18 points a game. Uses the glass on the layup.
The fancy dribbling from Thompson. I mean, showing he's not afraid to take some risk on offense.
And the Rockets have had success adding veteran leadership to their young roster.
And that's a great lesson in roster building. It's always beneficial to have adults in the room, experienced guys who can set positive examples for younger players. For a star like him, you get lots of opportunities at the line, and he's great at cashing them in.
Out to Thompson. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Shooting one.
Wow, now this is how you want to start your games. Flawless shooting so far.
Houston shooting their first free throw of the evening.
And what I like about Thompson, along with the high-level athleticism, he has a high-level feel for the game.
Here's McDaniels, blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. McDaniels got his second bucket on the night. Pass to Smith. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
And it looks like Smith is already getting stronger. He's looking to add some muscle, and that finish through contact is a great sign.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Got a piece of it. And here we go. The Rockets in transition. And there's Smith. That one's good. On the assist by Durant.
Yeah, their offense is really humming right now. They just can't miss.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I did get a chance to speak with Houston's head coach. Coach spoke about how Rudy Gobert can change a game defensively. He had all the praise in the world, saying there are so few players at this level that can make a player fearful of shooting inside. Rudy is one of them. You have to get over the idea of hearing footsteps and be okay with having a shot blocked every now and then. Brian, back to you.
Appreciate the report, Allie. Timberwolves trail by 4. McDaniels. That's his third basket in 5 shots. Solid work.
His accuracy is on another level this quarter. Really high-quality shooting.
And it's Thompson penetrating. Shoots over Randall. Here's Şengün. Good D by Gobert.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back.
Here's McDaniels. Another one falls for Minnesota.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
And offensive rebounding, one of Rudy Gobert's specialties, Grant.
Yeah, in some games, over half his points come from second-chance opportunities. You know, B.A., even when you block him out, he can reach right over you and get that board.
For three, Smith. Kept alive by Houston. For three, Durant. Here's Şengün. Well, it was only a matter of time before they finally get the bucket.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
DiVincenzo, pass to Dosunmu. And the call will be against Alperen Şengün. That's his first foul. And Minnesota with some changes. Reed comes in for Rudy Gobert. And it's Highland in for DiVincenzo. Randall outside. Just 5 on the clock. Over Smith. That one off the back iron and out.
Clean look from mid-range. Coach will probably want to run that play again.
And it's in there.
And there's the length of Smith at work. Playing big on the interior.
3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Reed passes to McDaniels. No good on the triple. Out of bounds. The Timberwolves will take it.
Minnesota ball.
11 seconds left in the first. Outside, Highland. Let's go with a three. Drains the triple.
I love it. Just thumbing his nose at the height disadvantage. He's able to get the space he needs and convert.
And you know it takes skill for you to get your shot up over a bigger guy. Little giant killer. That's impressive stuff.
Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. It's Houston up by 1. Quarter number 2 coming up right after this break. Don't go anywhere. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. All right, what do you think about the Rockets?
You can really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
And let me tell you, when you establish a physical edge, it gives you a mental edge too.
KD and Smith, the lengthy duo at forward. Tari Eason is out there with Thompson. And it's Şengün in at the center position. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. Nice shot by Durant.
We try and tell people there are stars and then superstars, and then there's guys like KD, top 10 players of all time.
Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
For three, Durant. Yes, sir! KD for three.
So fluid pulling up to shoot. Durant's range is one of the biggest strengths of his game.
Well, we have a chance to hear from Shams Charania. He's calling in right now. Shams, great to have you on, bud.
Well, a new ownership group taking over for the Timberwolves. There remains a commitment to continuity on the basketball side. And while creating a replacement for the league's second oldest arena is a priority, they've made it clear their commitment is to remain in Minnesota.
You'd love to hear it. All right, Shams, thank you for the report. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thank you, guys. The Rockets have brought in the right veterans. Coach Ime Udoka said, quote, "Their approach rubbed off on our entire team. We can only teach so much, but you have to have guys that have carved out their niche in the league with that edge and that defensive mentality. It was invaluable for our team." Brian, back to you.
They've got that grit. Thank you, Allie. Dosunmu, the pass to Reed. Counted from distance. Reed's got his first 3 points of the game.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
He's putting them to the test this quarter, attacking every chance he gets.
Randall, the pass to Reed. And rejected.
It's good to see Şengün come up with that swat. When he's engaged, he can be an impactful rim protector.
Durant powers through the contact to finish inside. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Rockets.
The enthusiasm they've brought to their defense so far is something else. Going after shooters and really hustling to get their hands on shots.
They're also managing to make lots of trouble for their opponent in transition. Right away, they're finding points on the break.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
Here's Durant. Minnesota with a rebound.
Analytics already don't favor the mid-range jumper, let alone against exceptional defense.
Dosunmu. Eason pulls it in. Houston has gone 2 for 2 from the arc here in the second. Well, Grant, offense is trying to stretch the D to the breaking point, but it goes beyond just three-point shooting.
Yeah, there's how you position on the perimeter, but, you know, then you also want that vertical spacing, too, where you have a lob threat at the rim.
Reed passes to Dosunmu. Nice D from Thompson.
Fantastic defense, giving full effort.
Here's Durant. Again, Houston.
Give him credit. Improving in the second quarter. Just great adjustments.
Timberwolves trail by 6. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
Superior strength on display. Randall just refusing to let the defense slow him down there.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Gobert's checked in for Reed. And it's DiVincenzo in for Highland. The offensive rebound.
That's a pure effort play. Nice tip in.
And that's a skill you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? And so Randall will bring it up for Minnesota. This game following their win against the Rockets.
Thanks to their stellar defensive intensity, they registered a ton of stops in that one.
They were hustling to get in front of every play they could, always getting a hand in the shooter's face.
Just 4 to shoot. Here's Dosunmu. Eason with some nice D.
It's been that kind of quarter for him. The shot has just been unreliable.
The kick to Durant. Fader on the way. Hauled in by DiVincenzo.
Even though he had space, there is never an easy fadeaway.
McDaniels. It's hauled in by Houston. Easton's got his 4th rebound in this one. The deep 3 from Durant. Grant, as the season draws to a close, most individual player stats are becoming more solidified.
And that can affect players' mentalities, B.A. Since certain numbers may bring bonuses or trade interests, meanwhile, winning still has to be job number 1.
Let's check out Minnesota's starting lineup. Randall and Gobert are in the middle. Ayo Dosunmu out there with Donte DiVincenzo. And it's McDaniels in at the 3. He shoots it. It's wide right, hits off the rim. And here's Minnesota now. Dosunmu with it. Now Thompson defending.
Well, you can't sleep on McDaniels' athleticism if you're the defense. At 6'9", he can absolutely hammer it home.
Durant, the pass to Thompson. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
What? Wait. Hey, dunks are always for the big boys.
Emphatic move by the point guard.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today, but you can't make it that obvious.
And he gets the bucket.
Add KD's mid-range J to the game's unblockable shots alongside the sky hook and the step-back 3.
Grant, is it fair to call Kevin Durant one of the most unique players we've ever seen?
Without a doubt, BA, most definitely. The blend of size and perimeter skill, unprecedented. KD able to rise up and score over most any defender.
And here are the Rockets now, after the Timberwolves picking up a basket a moment ago. Durant looking around, drills it from deep. Durant's got 5 now.
Well, a sharp start for them. 3 of 4 from the field.
DiVincenzo, pass to McDaniels. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here.
Smart idea from McDaniels, looking to convert inside.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Everyone talks about Jaden McDaniels' defense, and for good reason, Stan.
Well, B.A., one way to get a lot of playing time is to be the best at something. McDaniels is a total lockdown defender on the wing. He can guard anybody. And the coaching staff has to be happy with how they've shot the ball here early on.
Randall against Smith, down low. The floater, and Gobert with the lay-in. Gobert's gotten his second bucket.
Well, you know, Gobert is only going to shoot it when he gets a high percentage look like that.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Durant. And let's pause for a moment to recognize the teams with the best three-point shooting. Fifth, the Timberwolves.
Instead of just bombing away, they work hard to create good looks from beyond the arc.
Timeout called, the Timberwolves. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
A bit ago, Ime Udoka and I were able to chat. Coach spoke about how Rudy Gobert can change a game defensively. He had all the praise in the world, saying there are so few players at this level that can make a player fearful of shooting inside. Rudy is one of them. You have to get over the idea of hearing footsteps and be okay with having a shot blocked every now and then. Back to you, BA.
And Allie, thanks.
Takes a lot of control to hit that mid-ranger, and McDaniels has it.
To the wing on the left. Here's Şengün. And the shot goes.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Now here's DiVincenzo. He's averaging more than 12 a game. A consistent threat on offense. Randall's got room. It's rebounded by Şengün.
Well, if you give him that shot again, I'm willing to bet he nails it, especially with that lack of defensive effort.
Durant with the bucket.
Ooh, he's piping hot. 4 for 4 from the field. No one can guard him out there.
And it's exceptional, the level of commitment that Ime Udoka has inspired from this Rockets team, Grant.
Yeah, I mean, he's a player's coach, but very demanding, and he holds everyone accountable. It's all about professionalism and purpose.
Here's Durant. After the Timberwolves picking up a basket a moment ago. And Şengün gets it to go.
And that's where Şengün does the majority of his scoring. I mean, he's a problem down low.
Pass to Dosunmu. Now McDaniels. Nice D from Durant.
Great anticipation defensively. I love how he turned an easy look into a difficult play.
And that's what you have to do. Protect the house.
What you love about KD is the way he thinks the game. Intelligent and experienced. You can count on him to always make the right plays.
Excellent coverage defensively. Making it hard on him.
Pass to Şengün. Launches the three. Randall pulls down the board. Smith against McDaniels. Randall. Count it. Good.
You want to run your offense through him. A reliable scoring option.
Here's Thompson. What if it goes? Ooh, he drains the three. But let's see. They may need to review it. I'm not sure the ball was out of his hand in time. And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time or not?
Yeah, the replay makes it obvious. I mean, he got that shot off in time. It should be an easy decision for the officials.
So the replay was conclusive. Call overturned. Grant, that one's going to count.
And BA, you can argue against replay all you want, but at the end of the day, you want it to be a level playing field. You want the call to be correct.
Good scoring in this one as we conclude the first quarter. It's huge. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. Let's get a quick check of the scoring breakdown here. for the Rockets.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
You know, another thing that has impressed me has been their numbers of points in the paint, just dominating down there. They're just getting whatever shot they want in close.
Inside, Smith and Şengün. Amen Thompson out there with Tari Eason. And it's Durant in at the 3. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. And Durant with the block.
And for all the attention his offense gets, never question Durant's ability at the defensive end.
Highland with it. 8 points in his last time out. Pass to Reed. The 3. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
You don't want to leave Reed any space out there. He's an efficient three-point shooter.
Stan, you look at Naz Reid, he gives you some size, but he is a dangerous scorer, especially from the perimeter.
Absolutely, B.A. And also, Reed is one of the most entertaining players to watch. So many deflections, blocks, dunks, hits threes. He does it all.
And Minnesota with possession here after Houston's three-pointer on the other end. McDaniels inside, guarded by Durant. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. That one on Şengün.
A defensive ace. Jaden McDaniels gets the toughest perimeter assignment every night, using his length, athleticism, and effort to frustrate opponents.
And Stan, you coached a bunch of seasons in the league. What's an issue that you face that maybe the average fan doesn't know?
Well, look, I think the thing that fans really underrate about the game is how intelligent these guys are. So it's not really an issue that I face because I was lucky to have smart guys. But I think fans underestimate how much basketball intelligence factors in when you're talking about the best players in this game. Well, you could tell that Randall was looking for his shot there. Got the ball and wasted no time putting up the jab.
Durant, pass to Smith. And that comes off the assist by Durant. Smith's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Highland looking for an opening. McDaniels from long range. It's hauled in by Houston.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Here's Smith. Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed pass. And it's a 10-point Houston lead.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Pass to Reed. Lets the 3 fly. He can't hit that time. Houston has gone 4 of 5 from outside the arc in this one. It's Eason with the jam.
They're simply not missing. Unreal.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well, everything just flowing.
Well, Grant, we've heard Anthony Edwards talk about trusting his teammates. He understands you need everybody.
Yeah, a lot falls on his shoulders offensively with this team, BA. So those playmaking decisions in the moment, a lot easier said than done.
And Minnesota making a change here. Gobert's checked in. Pass to Reed. Back to Highland. 4 on the clock. No good again that time.
Well, that is stifling coverage on the perimeter. That's how you stop a good shooter in his tracks.
Yep, that one goes.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
And Minnesota with possession here. After the basket by Houston. Gobert, no good.
When you challenge a player on a layup, that's what you want. Getting a stop without a foul. The defense wins that battle.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, guys. The Timberwolves coach, Chris Finch, said, "We're a team based on movement, cutting, and fluidity. That burden also falls on Anthony Edwards to move and accommodate his teammates. For his part, Ant said his focus is being what the team needs me to be, a leader by example, and showing them that I'm coachable." Guys, back to you.
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot.
This kid can fly. Smith with unbelievable hops.
And Minnesota calls time here. This game following their win against the Rockets.
Hey, their activity on defense was terrific. It was just full effort at that end of the floor and a bunch of blocks to show for it.
Well, they did have some impressive numbers blocking shots, and I like their defensive game plan.
DiVincenzo, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
Yeah, Gobert making good on the threat of his height and length, just hammering it down.
Here's Durant. It's rebounded by Minnesota.
Thin margin of error right there. You have to work for a better shot. Oh, you got to finish at the rim right there. You hate seeing those opportunities go to waste.
Drops in the layup for two. Durant's got 4 points this quarter.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. It's Houston up by 16. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in a moment.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
After one half of play, it's been a one-sided affair. Hey, everybody, welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. A tremendous start for Kevin Durant. He had 16 points, 2 rebounds, and 6 assists. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
They were in such a groove that entire first half, especially on the offensive end. Good play calling, good execution, and by and large, they take great shots.
And Shaq, what'd you think about Minnesota?
The shooting percentage they allow was through the roof. The coach is absolutely ripping it through the defensive. He just takes some pride on the other end.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You know, Kevin Durant has really been making it happen here, guys.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
On the court for the Timberwolves. McDaniels at the 3 with Randall at the 4. Ayo Dosunmu out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Gobert in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And Durant gets it to go.
Yeah, the single-minded focus of Durant on offense, it's all about getting buckets, no distractions.
Stan, Rudy Gobert, he can be a double-double machine, but his real importance is on the defensive end.
Yeah, he's been named Defensive Player of the Year 4 times, which is tied for the most in NBA history, B.A., and he's been the anchor of multiple top-ranked defenses throughout his career.
And another basket for Houston.
Yeah, one of the most skilled players we've ever seen. Durant just continues to dominate offensively.
To the middle. Oh, denied by Durant.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Şengün finds Durant. Oh, there's the alley. Out of bounds. The Timberwolves will take it.
Timberwolves ball.
And here's a look at some numbers for Jaden McDaniels. Timberwolves trail by 16. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the third quarter. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
What makes Dante DiVincenzo someone guys want to play with? His grit and his selflessness. He's a hard worker who is always putting the team ahead of himself.
And prior to last season, the Timberwolves had never won a playoff series in consecutive seasons, Stan.
Yeah, and so now they make the conference finals 2 seasons in a row. The most sustained success this franchise has ever known.
Houston shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
No doubt Kevin Durant is the best scoring forward of his generation, maybe of all time. I mean, KD can do anything offensively.
And he's shown a great touch at the line. They've tested the big guy, but he's come through.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around. They are on fire to start this second half. 3 for 3 and looking totally insane.
Time called here. The Timberwolves decide to talk it over. One of the stories here, Kevin Durant. He's getting it done today.
He's getting loose and doing work. They want to talk this over and find some answers.
Shannon's checked in for McDaniels. Minnesota with the ball. They trail by 16. To the paint. Here's Dosunmu. That one's good for 2. Dosunmu's got 4 points in the quarter.
And force feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
Outside Durant. Another one falls for Houston.
His strong shooting has really helped them secure this lead.
Dosunmu on the wing, defended by Eason. Gobert passes to Randall. Dosunmu outside, 5 to shoot. Eason pulls it in.
Hard to convert against that kind of defensive pressure.
Yeah, that's the kind of aggressive defense you always want to see on the interior. Nice read. Sets his teammate up. You like how they're sharing the ball.
Now here's Randall. He's got 5. Gobert gets the bucket. 10 points for Rudy Gobert.
Well, that's what you want. Get him the ball and see if he can close the gap.
Second half here, and we're just over 3.5 minutes into it.
Yeah, this quarter's all about him. He's just dominating at the offensive end.
DiVincenzo against Thompson. Pass to Gobert. To the left wing. Smith against Randall. He hits it just before the shot clock expires. Randall's got his 3rd basket of the night. Taking a look at defensive metrics, these are the guys who continue to block shots at a high rate. Number 5, Rudy Gobert.
And during this last month, he made a statement on the defensive end. Just swatting away shots left and right.
Some changes for Minnesota. Naz Reid's checked in for Gobert. Clark comes in for Dosunmu. And Mike Conley is subbed in for DiVincenzo. Pass to Randall. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by Houston.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Durant, it's good from the top of the key. Durant's got 14 points here in the second half.
Slick dribble move by KD, allowing him to convert.
Here's Reid, and he goes big with the dunk right over Kevin Durant.
Filthy. I mean, just the arena is stunned.
He's got a deep bag of tricks to dig into. And thanks to AT&T for a great look at that dunk on their connected cam. They get it back. Controls the rebound and the putback. And the Rockets lead by 20.
Those second chance buckets are major bonus points if you can get them.
Here's Conley. Ooh, Thompson with the block. And he's able to get it back. And as we conclude the third, pretty much a blowout here. It's been a one-sided affair. Rocket.
Minnesota.
All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Now that is an elite level dish. What a great passer.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Katie and Smith, the lengthy duo at forward. Amen Thompson out there with Tari Eason. And it's Şengün in at center. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Conley finds Reid. Here's McDaniels. Here's an 8-footer. Good. He hits the jumper.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area. Everyone in the building saw the obvious contact.
All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Houston.
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. It's really great when you see it in action.
And also, attacking in transition has been working for them. I mean, we credit them for running the break well and being opportunistic.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Gobert's checked in for Randall. The Sumu comes in for Clark. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. Reed passes to DiVincenzo. Outside McDaniels. Fires for 3. It's good. He's 6 for 12 from the floor.
Well, huge night from McDaniels. With the defense he brings you, the scoring is a massive plus.
Yeah, they've really made a concerted effort to get to the line here in the second half.
And he makes the first.
Well, he might have been a little passive in the first half, but that's changed. I like this more aggressive approach.
Timberwolves trail by 18. Here is DiVincenzo. Pass to Gobert. And Gobert with the stuff.
You're best to get out of Gobert's way. You don't want to be on the wrong end of that tug.
Durant on the attack. And it's Kevin Durant with the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Well, you always want to play aggressive on the boards, but he was a little too aggressive that time.
Yeah, but I don't mind the guy battling down low. Let him know they're